morning, Mark Dog. Is everything okay with Merce and the baby? We'll be back at the doctor at 3 o'clock today for the latest in the saga. But Marissa feels great. She's felt great for the most part the whole time. And since Friday morning, when we went and the fluid was the highest it's been, we'll see how it is, when we get in there today. She definitely ate plenty of watermelon over the weekend, so if that was the trick, like I talked about in my story, I don't know if you saw that, then, should be good news again today. We're hitting the 37-week mark, which is good news. Wednesday. Thank you for asking. My treadmill feels crooked today. I gotta look at this when I get off here. Feels a little different. I don't feel like stopping now that I've started, but we're gonna go with it. Just got back from doing legs, had a good leg workout. Feeling good. It's a little bit of a gloomy day out here in southern Florida. How's your weekend, buddy? I got to see Kristen and Chris Graham this weekend. That was nice. And they were shooting a bunch of content in the gym. Looking good. So we'll see. We got the Arnold Classic this weekend, right? Is it this weekend or is it next weekend? Coming up. It is this weekend, actually. Let's see. TV series recommendations. So I need to. I'm in the market for a new TV series myself. So, Landman loved. Lioness loved. The Recruit was great on Netflix. Midnight Agent was great on Netflix. Netflix is really hit or miss. Really hit or miss. There's a lot of crap on Netflix. We watched this movie that came out on Netflix last night. It was so corny. I'm currently watching season 3 of Yellow Jackets, which they're releasing one episode a week. Season 3 is not very good. We're a little disappointed with season 3. The first 2 seasons were great. So I got to find a new series to get myself locked in. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. M the bot. Hey, buddy. What's going on? Drew Nair. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to Cardio Q&A. Good to see you guys. So, starting out this stroll a little slow today. So we'll see. What's everybody else got going on? Cardio Q&A here. You guys can ask me literally anything you want. I'll do my best to answer them. Have I seen Reacher? No, I was looking at that. How is it? Is it good? That's the guy who lied about HRT, which is pretty funny. The actor on that show. There's no way he's not on HRT. He said that he said something very, very funny, actually. But he is now apparently on HRT, which is really funny. John Jones, what's going on? John Jones, baby. Love that name. Gotta love that name. What have I been up to? Well, getting ready to have a baby soon. It may even be this week based on the way things are going. We're going to find out more later on this afternoon. We need to find a pediatrician. We haven't secured a pediatrician yet. We want to find a more holistic pediatrician because I don't want to just come out and say I'm like really anti-vax, but I suppose I kind of am. Listen, I had the vaccines that they made you get in 1981, but there's like 3 times more now. And so that is concerning for me. And John asks, is this my first child? Yes, it is. Yep, took me 44 years. to make a baby. But yeah, this is my first one. Very exciting. Nervous, exciting. I think I've gotten a little bit more nervous now with all the stuff that's been going on with all the doctor's appointments, but I know we're in very good hands. I haven't seen Reacher, but I did watch the about making the Godfather. That's pretty good. I was looking at that also. Nathan, good morning, bro. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Happy Monday. It's a little bit gloomy day down here in Florida. Overcast, a little chilly. Let's see, what do I have to share with you guys today? Yesterday we didn't do shit. Usually we cook up a feast on Sunday. We didn't even do that. We kind of just laid in bed, watched movies. Nathan says, it's still cold in SD. Where the F is my springtime weather and birdies? Yeah, you know, it's funny. Down here right now, it's pretty chilly. I felt bad. Kristen and Chris came down here this weekend, and we might have got a high of like 70 maybe. They were actually cold. We were sitting outside eating. There was a cold wind blowing. I was like, I feel bad you guys came down with this time. Scatman said, are you good with vomit and baby poop? Well, I've been cleaning all sorts of reptile poop and dog poop and whatnot for years, so I figure I'll be okay with the baby poop and the vomit. You know, I'm sure I'll get used to it. There's nothing like having a tegu fucking explosively shit all over you, which is something that they do when they don't want to be picked up. They'll literally shit all over you. I learned over the years when I would pick them up to hold them away from me first. So I was thinking to myself, when Jack was sick a couple weeks ago and he shit all over the place, how I had to clean his little booty hole with wet wipes and I had to clean his little peep. That it was practice for when I'm doing diapers. I've never changed a diaper in my life, actually, guys. Never changed a diaper before. Alex, let's see, what do you got for me? Morning, PG, wanted your input on TRT. High cholesterol seems on TRT, HDL goes down, LDL goes up, and total is usually high. I feel this is for most on TRT. Well, no, not necessarily. There's actually no correlation between testosterone and any sort of congestive heart failure, heart conditioning, and whatnot. So when we talk about what we see is what kind of other lifestyle changes are there going to be, because testosterone and cholesterol work together hand in hand. So I think that your body will utilize its cholesterol more efficiently while on TRT and having more testosterone. And interestingly enough, eating dietary cholesterol will actually help you as far as regulating your hormones. It's a cycle that loops together. So I think a lot of men in general focus on the total number of the cholesterol, which is really not important. It's the ratio, which is important. So we look at the ratio of HDL to LDL. The farther away that ratio is, the worse off you are. So really, I look at that more than anything else when I look at blood work. Now, what can really affect that number more than any of the other stuff that you take is anastrozole. Anastrozole can really affect that number. This is one of the negative things that I've seen with anastrozole. So when you're using a small enough amount of testosterone, you shouldn't really have to worry about too much aromatization. But a lot of people are just taking anastrozole right out the gate. And anastrozole will take that HDL and plummet it. So I encourage people to use as little of it as possible. I've seen certain compound pharmacies make their testosterone with the anastrozole actually already in it, which I think is terrible, a terrible idea. But I can give you an example of something that I've seen with myself, Alex, is when I got out of prison, that's 2 years of no testosterone at all. My cholesterol was the highest it's ever been, and my HDL LDL ratio was like almost 8-to-1. Terrible. And through getting back on TRT and eating the right way, supplementing with fish oils and whatnot, I've actually gotten it in a much better spot. It's still not where it needs to be. It was just a little bit over 4-to-1. I'd like to have it less than 3-to-1. Is a much safer way to be. Which maybe it is when I look at my next set of blood work. But I've actually never used cholesterol medication. Unless you're somebody that has a hereditary condition, which is passed down, that's what hereditary means, where you have really dangerously high cholesterol and a poor ratio, I don't think that it is necessary to take a cholesterol medication. What I would suggest is using ubiquinone, and fish oils to even those numbers out. But, I've seen people that have, 500 cholesterol scores. Do they teach diaper training at some kind of parenting class? I'm sure they do. Scatman. I can't see how it could be that hard of a thing to do. Cyrus Chino says, I'd KU easy. I see your stiffness in your shoulders. Well, it's a good thing I'm just sitting here walking on the old treadmill then, buddy. Nobody can KO me when I'm sitting over here. Nathan says, have I watched The Outer Range? No, I haven't. Maybe I'll check that out. I need a new show, Nathan. I need a new show. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Edmund. Good morning, Monks. Oil and Gas Man says, my sister wants to take me for a paternity test and prove the twins are mine, but I know they're my brothers. Any advice on how to break up with my sister? Ooh, incest in the Q&A this morning. Rough. What state are you guys from? Let me guess, Arkansas? Or, I'm going to say either Arkansas or Louisiana. Down there by the bayou? You in the bayou? John Jones, no I am not, actually. John Jones says, you're married to the WWE star Caitlyn, you're a lucky man. Actually, she was lucky. Because she got a very nice payday in the divorce, but that was many years ago. Have I been on the I am not really in a calorie deficit right now. I'm just eating and training. Alex, you're welcome, buddy. Hey, anything that you ask, I'll do my best to answer the questions and share from personal experience. There's a number of things that I do for heart health. I take grapeseed extract in a concentrate. I take a lot of fish oils. I monitor my blood work consistently so I can see how things are looking in there. But one of the key things that I've tried to do this time around is keep my anostrozole to a minimum, which I've been doing 0.5 milligram twice a week. So I take a 1 milligram Arimidex, which is anostrozole is the actual chemical name, split it in half. I do a half on Wednesday, a half on Sunday. And I've actually kept my estrogen in check pretty efficiently. Zionic, good morning. Alabama, I knew it. I knew you were down there somewhere in that region. Listen, do not have sex with your sister, guys. Nathan, I love trippy shit, so maybe we'll have to check that out. We need a new series. Especially if we're going to be hanging out in the hospital for a few days for the baby, because there ain't shit to watch on the hospital TV. So I'll have the little laptop set up. We can power through a series in there together. Did you guys watch UFC this weekend? It was a good card. The prelims were actually better than the main card this weekend. Very good preliminary fights. A lot of knockouts. This weekend. Unfortunately, the main event was quite disappointing. Bolshoi is here. Good morning. Bolshoi, do you have any good recommendations for a series for me to watch on TV? Nathan says Outer Range. What do you guys got for me? Slow one today. Nathan says, I was at the gym and saw some cat doing cable curls with the cables flossing their ass cheeks. And I thought to myself, I live in a clown ass simulation. What is it, a male or female? Oh, Zionic, I loved Lioness, man. I loved it. I hope they keep doing that one. Okay, Bolshoi, hey, I appreciate the honesty. I can't find anything good at this point on Amazon Prime that you don't have to pay for. There's a lot of free crap on Amazon Prime. A male, of course. Ah, well, hey, you are out there close to La La Land. Wedding Singer 1998 or A Night at the Roxbury 1998. Two classics. But I think I'm going Wedding Singer on that one. Julia Gulia. Chernobyl is a pretty good one, Scott, man. I watched that one. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. So Nathan, I was actually talking about it earlier before you jumped on. I'm kind of unimpressed with the new episodes of Yellow Jackets so far. There's not really much direction with what they have going on. I was kind of wondering what they were going to do for a third season, like where they would go with it. And I've been underimpressed with season 3 of Yellow Jackets. Bolshoi says, Yoko Ono turned 92 a couple of days ago. God bless Acid and Ash. How much is she? What's her net worth, Bolshoi? What did she get out of that whole deal? Bolshoi, of course, says, how many family gatherings, dinners, birthdays, Christmas evenings did you miss because of bodybuilding? Oh, man. Quite a bit. And you know, maybe if it wasn't that I missed them, I went to them for a little while and just didn't enjoy any food or drink. So typically, over the years, when you're doing in the NPC, if you're doing North Americans and Nationals and whatnot, those shows typically all end right around Thanksgiving. So you're actually not missing Thanksgiving and Christmas usually. But a lot of the other ones you're gonna miss for sure. Unless you're somebody that wants to compete really early in the year, which was never really my thing. I usually was competing in those summer shows. Yeah. So, but I'll tell you, you miss a lot of summers. I missed a lot of fun summers. But I mean, fun is all relative, you know. You could still go and watch fireworks go off on July 4th just because you're not drinking and eating anything good. Motorhead, the game, Triple H theme, or Disturbed, Glass Shatter, Stone Cold theme. You know, both very, very good. Very, very good themes. Both wrestlers that I'm always been a fan of, but the Stone Cold breaking the glass is just, as soon as you hear that, you know it's going crazy. That's for me is really up there. So I got to go the Stone Cold Glass Shatter on that one. Norman Greenbaum's Spirit in the Sky or Bryan Adams' Run to You. I want to run to you. Even though I like that name, Greenbaum, that sounds like a nice Jewish name, maybe German Jewish. But I'm going to go with Bryan Adams on that one. Which UFC fight you rewatched the biggest amount of time? Oh man, that's a tough one. I've watched a lot of them over. You know, I will tell you, every time there's a really good pay-per-view, I watch it. I watch whatever fight was really, really good again because Marissa always falls asleep. So the next day I'll be like, hey babe, watch this with me. You missed a good one last night. Man, which fight have I watched the most times? It's a very good question. That's a damn good question, Bolshoi. That's a challenging one. That is a challenging one. I have to really think on that one. When you were a boss, did you try to pay your sales team more bonuses and money if they did good sales, or tried to save money in company and pay them less bonuses and try to give them other? So one thing I learned when it comes to sales, I've made the mistake of giving people too much of a base salary. And I've really lost out on the guys that I did that with. In sales, when you give an aggressive bonus structure, it just keeps them hungrier. Keeps them hungrier. Give them a really aggressive bonus structure. So the more they hustle, the more they can get in return. That is without a doubt the way. Now, if you got a guy that's a killer, that's exceeding everybody else, then you give him individual bonuses also. So if you have a sales team, we always based it around individual performances and in a group goal. But a lot of these guys that are killing it, when the group is holding them back of the group goal, it really, for the most part, pisses them off. You do get team players, of course, but it's a lot of individuality. So when you have killers, you give them extra bonuses and incentives to keep it going like that. I had one guy, actually it was the guy, Chris Nemchek, who really, the way I handled that really screwed things up with Aaron and I. But he was basically like, when he came to us, he was like, listen, I'm established in the industry. I got a big book of clients. I'm not working on a low salary, high commission. My reputation speaks for itself. I want him a minimum salary of whatever. And I believed him and trusted him with it. And he was without a doubt the worst performer I've ever had. So I learned to never do that ever again. Devin Anthony says, you're not on steroids. Well, I am on testosterone replacement therapy. Absolutely. This is a pro steroid Q&A. Rhythm of the Night, it's a good one. Or, all that she wants is another baby. This is the rhythm of the night. Two really good ones. Those definitely got to go on those go on the mixtape if you're putting together a good mixtape. I think I'm going Rhythm of the Night, but let it be known, Scatman, I love Ace of Base. Bolshoi Kush, Frankie Edgar versus Gray Medner. That was a very good one. That was a very good one. Great, really, really great wrestling transitions in that one. Badabuco, good morning, sir. Today's lineup, Tony Pearson, Mike Ashley, Robbie Robinson, Phil Hill. I think I'm going Mike Ashley number one in this one. We do a lot of, we have Robbie Robinson mixed in with these quite a bit. I think I go Mike Ashley one. I'd have to take a minute to go back and look at these. I think Robbie Robinson may be last in this group, just based on size comparisons, but I'd have to really go back and look at him. I think Mike Ashley takes first in this group, though. Bolshoi Kush, how to remove eye bags because of sitting near with laptop. My eyes look like droopy. Yeah, my eyes look like shit. Genetically, I have more hollow set eyes, and I got these black eye bags down here, too. Marissa gets me this caffeine eye cream. It's crazy. You put it on your eyes, and it literally tightens everything up within seconds. Comes in a little white tube. If I remember, I'll have to post it in my story. Makes a tremendous difference. Nathan says Ace of Base, Russell's my Jimmy's. I love Ace of Base, man. I'm with you. Bolshoi, Casey, and JoJo, crazy? Or R. Kelly, same girl? Kells. You know I love Kells. But I think I'm going Casey and JoJo on that one. Casey and JoJo had a good little thing going. I'm going crazy, 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 thinking about you lately. That was a good one. Dev in the Dark, or Alex Rodino, Destination Unknown. Ooh, Destination Unknown, definitely. My skin tone is too dark, but in club or shitty lighting, you can see those bags of Sleepless Nights. See, a lot of that is just genetic too. I talked to a dermatologist about this years ago because my bags used to drive me crazy, and a lot of it is genetic. Some people have them genetically even when they get rest, and it has a lot to do with where your eyes are set in your skull. Now, I can tell you what I don't think you should do is go and get injected in there, because you can put fillers in there and fill all that shit up. But it seems like a lot of the people who have spent some time doing the fillers, the stuff migrates in the face over time, and you start seeing like that weird cat face look, if you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of these celebrities whose faces have changed quite a bit. You know, there's one who recently I was like, man, it looks so weird, is Nicole Kidman's mouth area. You really see it from the side too, and certain angles. Watching Lioness, it's like a duck almost. Okay, here we go. Queen, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, good one, or Kiss, Heaven's on Fire. Crazy Little Thing Called Love. I love Queen. I'm a lot bigger Queen fan than I am of Kiss. Never really got too into Kiss. Respect to Gene Simmons for the tongue and being a Jew that made it big time, right? He's a Jewish rocker. Shout out to him for that. But no, Queen. I love my gay Queen. Which bodybuilding posing routine you rewatched the biggest amount of time? Mostly because of where I was growing up, the era. I watched Dorian Yates a bunch of times when he did the, and then the dance kicked in, the Carl Orff Orchestra, but he did the dance version of it. That one was good, the boom, boom, boom with the lats. I watched that so many times. I watched the Ronnie Coleman when he came out with the king hat and the scepter. I watched that a bunch of times too. Going like this. Kevin Levrone had that one really, really good Olympia routine where he posed to the Creed song. It was very, very good. I watched that one a bunch of times. Bolshoi Kush, Elton John. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Or Mark Coyne. Walking in Memphis. Oh, I guess that's why they call it the blues. I'm going with Elton John. We're on a gay rocker kick right now. Ooh, Slayer, Angel of Death. Or Metallica, Blitzkrieg. That's probably the only one that I'll pick Slayer over Metallica on. Angel of Death is probably my favorite Slayer song. You know I love Metallica. We've talked about that a lot on here. Nathan High says, Pete Burns, dead or alive, is hands down some of the worst plastic surgery. I'll have to go and look at it after. There's some guys whose faces that look very strange from the injections. There's one guy whose face over the years really looks weird is Mickey Rourke. And I know he says that a lot of it is from boxing and scar tissue in his face from boxing, but he certainly has to have done a lot of fillers and shit in his face. His face looks very strange to me. Great actor. But if you look at him when he was young, what was that movie he did when he was young where he was like, you know, he was a heartthrob back then. Somebody'll know it. He was a heartthrob. And who was he in it with? Was it Kim Basinger? And you look at him now, like, you know, The Wrestler, some of the more recent stuff, and you're like, whoa. Jeff, the producer, actually picked all Ronnie's posing songs? No way. No way. Bullshit Kush says Levroni, 2000 Mr. O Creed. That was a very good one. That was a very good one. Oh, John Cicada, yes. Who had the better career of Nick and Aaron Carter? I would say Nick Carter, definitely. For sure. Little Aaron Carter, little punk Aaron Carter. Those Carter boys. 9.5 weeks, yes, that's the movie. So you look at his face in that movie, you can't tell me that that's just boxing that did that to his face, because he was a handsome guy. Of course we have to, factor in aging and the aging process. So Jeff, the producer, did really do that. How in the hell how'd they even find each other, Bolshoi? Is what I want to know. Melanie says Aaron Carter's career didn't exist. Yeah, he was riding his brother's coattails. Hi, babe. Okay. Love you. Name 5 Jewish musicians of all time. Well, we already, you actually gave me a bunch of these in a past Q&A. Yes, Aaron did, Scatman. Oh, Aaron Carter did OD, from what I remember. So we've got Gene Simmons. We've got Bruce Springsteen, right? We've got Billy Joel. Who else do we have? Gene Simmons, Bruce Springsteen, Billy Joel. Isn't the guy from Maroon 5? Isn't he Jewish? Adam Levine? He is. Adam Levine, that's 4. Give me one more. Somebody give me one more. Nathan says he was killed in a ritual killing. Yeah, I guess Adam Sandler does count as a musician, right? Even though he's a comedian slash movie man. Wow, Bolshoi, I can't believe that with Jeff the producer. That's crazy. David Lee Roth, Paul Stanley, lead singer of Disturbed. Wow. See that? Listen, the Jews are good in show business, man. They own the show business. They really do. They really do. Catman, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yardbirds, For Your Love, or Del Shannon, Runaway. I think For Your Love. I'm strolling on here. This is a slow walk for me today, guys. My legs are tired. I had a good leg at workout, but my legs just feel heavy today. I'm really not walking very fast. Top 3 things you'll do if you were gay for a day. Top 3 things that I would do if I was gay for a day. Well, I guess I wouldn't say that I would do anything different than I do now, There's certainly plenty of gay bodybuilders. Nathan High says, David Draymond Disturbed is a big-time Jew. Yes, yes, yes. So we have the Disturbed aspect. Adam Levine went viral for DMing pretty women on IG, some random stuff. What was he DMing them? Any dick pics? Gangster's Paradise, Coolio. Or Ice Cube, Good Day. I gotta go Ice Cube for that one. Gotta go Ice Cube. Raising the Bar or Bigger, Stronger, Faster. I liked Bigger, Stronger, Faster a lot. Bolshoi, what did you like better? I mean, Raising the Bar is one of the OG documentaries. It was a very good one. Have you ever asked the girl you were dating her body count? Had any of them told you the truth? So, the whole asking the body count thing, this is like a new era thing. Nobody used to do that when I was young. When I was growing up in the 90s, no one talked about that shit. Now, early 2000s, I'll tell you this. If you talk to any guy who's like over 40, right? If you grew up in the late 90s, you're a teen in the 90s, early 2000s, here's basically the way it was. Pretty much every girl that you met at that age, I'm talking late teens, early 20s, always said that they had been with 3 guys, right? Or you were the 3rd guy. That was the deal. It was always 3. That was the lie. That was the lie that was going around back then. It was always 3. You could ask anybody in my group, you met a girl, whatever, if it came up, oh, I've only been with, you're the 3rd guy I've ever been with. You know, they usually had the one they lost their virginity to, the serious boyfriend, and you're the 3rd. So, you know, look, in my day, you didn't meet too many girls that would be openly say they had been with 10 guys. But nowadays, whew, it is different. Bruce Springsteen, Human Touch, good one, or Eric Clapton. If I could change the world. I gotta go Eric Clapton on that one. That's funny, Scatman. No, I didn't know that. That's funny, though. Nathan says, Ice Cube went to private school and grew up with both parents. Gangster my ass. Yeah, he was just a good performer. You know, same thing with Tupac. You ever watch the old interviews of Tupac when he first started? How zesty he was. Bullshit Kush, okay, go. Here it goes again. Or the Fratellis, Chelsea Dagger. I think okay, go on that one. Class 01. Nick Cox says, PG, my friend, had a C-section a few weeks. Baby was fine. Rissa's got this. Thank you very much. We got doctors at 3 o'clock today. Guys, 3 o'clock, we're back there. Thank you for asking. Yes, Nathan. Zesty AF. Look, I know all the drama kids from when I was in school. I did some stuff in the drama club when I was in school. I was all about it. I used to MC the talent shows. That was my thing. I used to love to MC the talent shows, which is kind of funny if you know my personality and you've been around for a while, my podcast and whatnot. I wanted to be the guy on the mic, introducing the acts, organizing stuff, making the crowd laugh. So you know, if you're around it like I do, all the guys in drama are gay. The Doors, 1991 movie, or Walk the Line, 2005, Johnny Cash. Didn't see it. I didn't see it. I heard it was great. The Doors movie, I've watched dozens of times. I love that movie. So I have to go Doors just because I haven't seen the other one. Bullshit Kush says, every time you break your back or a joint, you become closer to Jesus by praying and asking God why it happened to you. That's a funny one. That's a funny one. I don't know. I couldn't truly answer that one for you. Although I have had many of those questions. Zionic says, walked an hour yesterday on treadmill, 120 beats per minute. Good work, brother. Good work. I like to see that. What's really what my heart rate's at right now? According to my watch, I'm at 119. 119. Chris Brown, Busta, Wheezy, Look at Me Now, or Sean Paul, Temperature. Sean Paul, I love Sean Paul, bro. You know I love Sean Paul. Time I give it to, Sean Paul. Rate Celeste, 90s Vivid Girl. She is overlooked as a great one. Yes, honestly, if we're just talking about physical appearance, I think she's one of the prettiest adult stars of all time. Face, body, perfection. Perfection. Bolshoi, Joaquin Phoenix did a pretty good job playing Cash. I heard it was outstanding. I actually haven't watched it. Tanya Miller, what up? Good morning, my lady. Best actor that played Spider-Man? I'm a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man guy. I like a little Tobey Mac for my Spider-Man. You know it. The Calling, Wherever You Will Go, or Velvet Revolver. I fall to pieces. I'm going Velvet Revolver on that one. Pink Floyd, wow, we never really do any Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd, Ride Like a Hell, or Ramones, Pet Sematary. I'm going Pink Floyd. I had a little Pink Floyd phase that I went through in high school. I think like many people do. Listening to Dark Side of the Moon. I think my favorite Pink Floyd song, though, of all time was probably Have a Cigar. Come on here, dear boy, have a cigar. You're gonna go far. You're gonna fly. You're never gonna die. You're gonna make it if you try. They're gonna love you. Favorite 80s movie and best 90s rapper. Ooh, that's a good one. There's so many good 80s movies. First of all, Lost Boys, epic. Lost Boys I've watched 1,000 times. Predator's probably my favorite though. You know I love Predator. Give me some old school 80s action. All of the Rockies are awesome. Predator is so good. What year was Predator? That was a good time for movies. The best 90s rapper? Biggie, for sure. For sure. I don't care what anybody says. Top 3 weirdest places that I've had a date. Oof. That's a good question. Good question. Weirdest places that I've had a date. You know, maybe not so much that the weirdest places, just spots I've found myself in that I probably shouldn't have been in. I followed a girl. It's a pretty funny story, right? I followed a girl one night, and I had a really bad night, right? And I wound up leaving with my friend, and we went into an all-black club. And I walked in, and I was like, everyone was just looking at me. Like, meh. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize I was going into literally an all-black club. And it was like, everyone was staring at me. I was like, I wonder if shit's gonna go down. I got to the bar, and I started talking to these 2 black chicks, and they were like, what you doing in here? And I was buying them drinks and shit. And it wound up being the most hilariously funny time. The most hilariously funny time. Just hanging out. I hung out with these 2 big-ass black girls. And they were like pinching my cheeks and shit. Calling me white boy, too. But it was a good-ass time. That was a weird situation, because I was like, well, I'm probably going to get murdered in here. And it wound up being a pretty fun time. Let's see if I've missed any good ones in here. Zionic says, ate a bit of a surplus yesterday, but did a body scan Saturday, and measurements went down. Good for you, brother. Good for you. My progress has actually seemed to have halted, Zionic. My lean body mass has actually been decreasing, and my body fat has been going up. I think my theory is that the combination of sloop and the retatrutide together is a little bit too much for me with what I'm eating in a day. And I may be burning some muscle with all the cardio and everything else that I do. So, because my weight's not going up. So, I'm going to finish out this sloop and take a break from it for a while and see if I see a change. But I have been slightly going in the wrong directions on both of those. But my weight hasn't gone up, so I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. Bolshoi Kush, Ja Rule, New York, or Puff Daddy, welcome to Atlanta. Oh, wow. In New York. I think I gotta go Ja on that one. I think so. Who was the worst Batman, and why was it George Clooney? I mean, you just did it, right? You just did it. I would say second worst was Val Kilmer. Story time. Nina Cherry, 7 seconds, good one. Or George Michael, Jesus to a Child. Can we really? It's hard to go against George Michael, right? I can't do it. All right, guys, I'm almost done. I'm hitting 46 minutes here. My legs are tired. I gotta pee. Weirdest place is when we were in high school 1,000 years ago. We'd take girls behind the church on the weekends. Oh yeah, man. We used to do all kinds of weird shit in high school. High school, there's no rules. We used to go in abandoned houses, behind buildings. The golf course was one. random golf course trips because there was nobody there at night. That's right, Nathan. That's a lesson right there. Did I take Jason out for his birthday? No, but I did give him a very, very good present. That's for damn sure. Macy Gray, I try, or Counting Crows, colorblind. Macy Gray, oh, Macy Gray. I said I'm trying to walk away, but I come out. What a weird voice, I forgot about her. It's clear. My world crumbles when you want it. Woo. The golf course trips, baby. I did congratulate Palumbo Bolshoi. Palumbo had a birthday recently. Let's see, best place to move in Florida, not prone to flooding or hurricanes. The issue is, built to laugh, that the better deals are in that territory. You want to be over on that West Coast, you can get a lot more for your money because of those two things. It's very expensive to live on the southeast coast of Florida. Very, very, very expensive down here. But it's a beautiful place to live, man. It's a beautiful place to live. Daniel J says Counting the Crows is the shit. I do like Counting Crows myself. Daniel Bedingfield, got to get through this, or Sugar Babes Round Pound Baby. Definitely Sugar Babes on that one. Last question. Did you give Jason your red posing trunks? I didn't want them. I didn't want them after that. I didn't want those. Oh, okay. Alice Cooper, Hey Stupid or Europe Rock the Night? Alice Cooper, for sure. And I love Alice Cooper's little cameo in Wayne's World. Cass Elliot, Make Your Own Kind of Music, or Cat Stevens? Cat Stevens, that's funny. We got to go Cat Stevens on that one. Any ratio recommended taking Primo 2-to-1 or anything you suggest? Yes. So Primo and Masteron, you can actually get pretty aggressive with those guys. And you really are going to have a lot less to worry about as far as what you see on your blood work when it comes to negativity. Now, that doesn't mean this will happen for everyone. But I always, when I got out of all this, I always liked to cruise on Primobolan or Masteron. And when I say cruise, I mean like 300 milligrams of either one. But, if you're running 300 milligrams a week of test, you can easily double that on the Primo or Mast side, and you're not going to have the aggressive side effects that you would see if you did that with EQ or Decker or NPP. So, if you're really trying to build aggressively, then I would double it. I would. If you're running 300 megs of test, then I'd run 600 of the Primo or Mast. And they're a lot easier on the system compared to a lot of the other stuff that's out there. And that's the last one I'm doing. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys. God bless you guys all very much. And that's it. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll let you guys know what's going on with the doctor later. But hopefully, fluids up still. Everything is good. Take care, guys.